We actually got some celebrities in Mexico. And so my main channel is 60% American and like whatever. The UK is like 10, 15%. But on my Espanol channel, it's 1% American. It's literally a whole new audience.
No way.
There's this last clip that I love, and I've stated several times, not only on this podcast, but even on my stuff, where when we're thinking about expanding, we're thinking about, growing and scaling our brand. Sometimes we think about new products and new services instantly. Like, for example, if we were McDonald's, I'm going to think of quesadilla. Instead of necessarily doubling down on my burgers, I'm going to do a McQuesadilla and see how that works, right? I want to reach my Hispanics out there and see how this works out. But sometimes it's not a matter of creating something new; it's a matter of going global. So he did something really interesting with his channels. Instead of creating, now he does have like a gaming channel and a philanthropy kind of channel because that's what he's about. But he also has different languages for his original channel. And so this was the concept about that.
Started dubbing, you can overplay clips, I don't care, our videos in Espanol. And
so you hire a voice-over actor to play your friend's voices.
Well, I hired some, we actually got some celebrities in Mexico. And so my main channel is 60% American and like whatever. The UK is like 10, 15%. But on my Espanol channel, it's 1% American. It's literally a whole new audience.
No way.
Yeah, and so these are people, like, I'm literally #1 trending in Mexico with videos that I uploaded 2 years ago.
So I want you to take first before I go in.
Bro, that's so dope. I just looked up his nationality. I'm like, oh, maybe he's of like some form of Latin descent, right? Or he speaks Spanish. If that's like, that's the move he made. And it says MrBeast, American, Wichita, Kansas, US, right? It's like, no, he is not from any of those things, right? Absolutely. So I think it shows the genius of like a business mind. And I think just someone living in America, you probably have to notice that the Latin community is extremely large, right? It's like they're very present, very active in the US. So for a way to want to expand your business, and this, I'm a huge fan of diversity. It's like, that's a great move. Like, and I love that he's pulling clips from 2 years ago. like he's not, they're questioning him like, oh, so you're reproducing. No. He's like, no, I'm just pulling stuff back from 2 years ago and giving them opportunity. And it almost reminds me like a Drake concept in a way, because, in some of our episodes, when we cover Drake, we talked about him getting heat for like not using the island or using the Caribbean culture, but not putting them on. And he's like, nope, every time I go into an island, I put artists of that area on. So the fact that he's using people from Mexico, right? Like he's using people of that area to kind of help bring awareness to it, I think is genius. So I love that. Okay, let me expand, but I'm giving back to the people who are helping me expand and kind of taking it to a new level from there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna state this real quick. Any male and female, right? We need two, one male, one female, who speak Spanish or any other real language, but like Spanish. We'll pick some of the top ones. Spanish. What else is popular? Italians are popular. French
French
popular.
would be cool. Yeah, I was gonna say French would be really cool.
French is cool. Chinese, Japanese, but definitely Spanish first. Let's go Spanish first, right? Because we're Queens people, and there's so many Spanish people in Queens. So, male, female, who want to kind of like one take over for me and take over for Moose for some of these episodes. We'll give you the episodes, and I think that's genius first and foremost,
Heck yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The fact that now he is trending over in these Spanish countries for something that he did 2 years ago, when we're looking at always trying to recreate something. Like, no, let's use some of our stuff. And how do we go global? How do we reach new audiences? Because we really haven't reached the billions of people in this world. Like we're focused on maybe our city, we're focused on our state, we're focused on our country, but there's several other countries that we haven't necessarily touched. There's like, and maybe we've touched a little bit about it because maybe they understand our native language. But what if we were to really communicate with them in their language? What would the fan base be then? What would the impact be then? What would the interaction be then? To where now if MrBeast wanted to create a video out in Mexico, he could, and it would be super receiving. There'd be people probably lined up to watch it because they know now of MrBeast. My question is, do they know you? Do they know? Does the Spanish community know you? Does the Asian community know you? Does the Italian community know you? Right? And not those who speak your native language, but those who honestly speak their native language. And if we haven't touched the global aspect of our brand, there's still a lot more work to do. There's still not more products and services to do. How can we turn our programs, our products, our services into a different language to attract other people? You're looking at, some people have courses, some people have ebooks, some people, have t-shirts. Well, have you turned a t-shirt into something Spanish? Have you even tried that? Like if we had the shout out to E, if we turned the E breed shirt into Spanish, how would that do?
Yeah. Right.
And reach out to those people. And this is where it's crazy because he said his stats of, I got 60% US, but I got 1% of Spanish, right? And now that I'm doing this particular thing where I'm now translating it into Spanish, now I'm trending. So all these people are new because over here in my other channel, I only have 1%. But over here, I'm making thousands and thousands of views over here off of a brand new audience that didn't even know who I was.
Right.
And that could only help. Yeah, that could only help. So now I'm like, are you going global? If you're not going global, do not right now think about creating something new, because all you need is a bigger audience. And creating new products isn't going to make a bigger audience. It's sometimes just going to only cater to the ones that you have right now.
Yeah. Shout out to all of those people who are familiar with the concept of blue ocean strategy. It's more of a business book or whatnot, but I love that idea because, it's maybe in our society and our culture, everyone's big on competing.
Yeah.
But like some of the business people, they don't like competition. They want to dominate. So if there's a lot of competition in the American YouTube space, he kind of applied his own blue ocean strategy and said, oh, you know what? Let me not stress. Let me go into a completely different market. And I don't want to compete with the YouTubers of this area. I'm going to go and, almost build and dominate in a completely different space. So yeah, it's cool, man. I love it when we break down kind of like the science of this, because you start to really see the patterns of things that we can do. Like I've talked about it with some of my own stuff. I'm like, man, as I relaunch, I want to utilize every skill set and I want to lean into the deepest parts of me. My native language is Arabic. I speak it fluently. I can be a little bit rough around the edges, but with practice, I'm sure it can work. And I've seen some other like trainers and educators who do that. Like on their YouTube channel, they'll have their English videos that goes out, and it's probably like their main bread and butter, but they have a playlist of their videos translated into their native language that's available back for their communities, in different countries around the world. So I'm really fascinated with that idea. And I think,
that's good.